Welcome back to Daytime, everybody. After seeing all these wonderful guests, I mean, you must be hungry.
Starving.
And that's why Shannon Kadlovski is here. She's a registered nutritionist and healthy lifestyle specialist. Shannon, this is great. We're happy to have you here today.
Thanks for having me.
And we're starting with tempeh.
Yeah.
What is this?
Okay, tempeh is made with fermented soybeans. So it's kind of like a tofu, but it's not as processed. So it has a lot of probiotic qualities, which means it helps our digestive system and it gives us that good bacteria that we need for our digestion. And it's a really good source of non-animal protein for us as well.
Oh, good.
So it's kind of like the protein to our meal.
So vegetarians love tempeh.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do a marinated tempeh today.
Okay.
And we're going to be using Bragg's.
Bragg.
Have you heard of Bragg's?
No.
So it's the same as tamari is. Again, it's a fermented soy product. Okay, so they're fermented soy products. So it's different than a soy sauce because it doesn't have the preservatives and the sugars and all of the, and wheat also. So it's wheat free, so it's good for people with gluten sensitivities.
Perfect.
Yeah, and it tastes really good too. So we're going to start with a 1/4 cup of the Bragg's.
So this is the marinade, everybody.
Okay, so it tastes like a soy, basically.
It tastes like a soy, yeah, it's really, really salty. So we're gonna do a 1/4 cup of that, and then we're gonna do about a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil.
Let me ask you something. Could I use the Bragg's instead of soy sauce when I'm eating my sushi?
For sure.
And that'd be okay?
Yeah, totally.
What a good substitute.
Exactly. I use it all the time. I don't even use soy sauce, I just use this. And then we're gonna do about a tablespoon's worth of honey as well.
Okay. So real honey, not from a bee that's dancing on a container.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. So we're gonna use the real raw honey, so it hasn't been processed or pasteurized or anything like that.
Does this thicken it up a little bit too?
It thickens it up and it gives it a little bit of the sweetness because the Bragg's is so salty, it gives it a little bit of sweetness as well.
Okay.
So if I wanted to be a meativore and I wanted to marinate my chicken, this would be a good marinade for the chicken as well, right?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah, you can use, exactly. And then we're gonna use garlic. Garlic is amazing for us too, especially at this time of year. Has really good antimicrobial properties. So everyone's getting sick.
Oh yeah,
flu's going around.
We've all been sick.
Yeah, so it's perfect to have fresh garlic in your recipes. And we're also going to use about a tablespoon's worth of chopped onion.
Well, they smell fantastic.
Yeah, they smell pretty strong.
It smells pretty intense in here, but it'll be good.
Exactly.
We need that flavor with the tempeh.
Exactly. And then we're just going to mix it up, and pretty much your marinade is done. You can add some lemon to it as well, or some orange juice. Fresh orange juice tastes really good in this recipe as well.
Okay.
Now this is a package of tempeh.
Yeah, so that's how you would buy it in the store.
This is how you buy it?
Yeah.
And what do you do?
So you buy it just like this, and then we would just
slice it.
Well, if I had scissors,
just pour
I
it
would.
in there?
Yes. Well, okay. So
Hold on. Okay, keep going.
Okay, so you would open it. It comes in another separate little package like this as well. Yeah. Right, and it's wrapped.
Come on, really?
Yeah, really.
Is it good?
It's delicious. You're gonna try it, and you'll tell me.
Okay.
So you open it up like that, and
we're so close-minded.
Well, I'm just saying, it kind of looks like a wet bread.
Okay, it kind of does if you get away from how it looks, because it also has, if you see it has like a little bit of black spots on it.
The eye shaded.
I know, but it has some black spots on it. That's normal. That's just part of the fermentation process. So don't be afraid that you see
some black
sort of the discoloration of it a little bit. It's normal.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just put it into an oven-safe dish. You pour your marinade on top. And
make sure it's covered.
Exactly, you want to cover it up, and you would put this in the fridge for about 2 hours to sort of let the marinade soak into the tempeh, and it enhances the flavor of the tempeh as well. Put it into the fridge for about 2 hours, and then bake it covered for about 20 minutes at 350. Uncover it, bake it for about another 10. Really, you could eat it raw. It's one of those foods because it's been fermented. You can eat it raw.
Yeah.
But I like it when it's
good
cooked. It's good cooked, and you can also eat it hot as well.
You're lying to me right now.
So you bring it out of the oven, you cut it into cubes, right? And that's what we have here?
So this has been refrigerated, so it's not as hot. Taste it. Just taste it.
Dive in. Oh, come on.
What's that going to do?
Come on, take a bite.
It's good. It actually is. It's soy-y.
Yeah.
All right. It's okay.
All right.
I'll read it again.
Okay.
We're going to take a short break. After the tempeh, we're going to make a quinoa salad. Healthy grain food, perfect for anybody, complete protein. What more could you want? We'll be right back.
It is good. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Daytime. Registered nutritionist and healthy lifestyle specialist Shannon Kadlovski is still here. And I'll tell you, it was good.
The tempeh was really good.
The tempeh was good.
See?
So, good job, Shannon.
Good for you.
Seriously. And we're not tofu eaters, but I like that.
I'm not a healthy eater, and I would eat that again.
Amazing.
Good flavor.
And
Moving
I was
on.
going to say that. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Quinoa, right?
Quinoa, yeah. So we're making quinoa. So this is sort of the base to our salad. We can add the tempeh to it after and have our whole grain base with our protein on top. Quinoa, for people who don't know, it's a whole grain, which means it's not processed. It hasn't been broken down in any way. It's a good source of protein for us, good source of fiber. It's a really, really good whole grain for us. So instead of using rice, I use quinoa most of the time.
You replace it.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to start off by making the dressing for our quinoa salad. And we're going to use a half a cup. I usually use apple cider vinegar, but I kind of just felt like using balsamic vinegar today. It gives it a bit of like a sweeter taste somehow.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I thought we would go with the balsamic for today.
Do you reduce it first? Do you get it all in its lowest form, or just as it is?
I just buy the organic balsamic because it hasn't been, there's no preservatives, there's no sugars, no chemicals. It's just, the natural.
It is what it is.
Exactly, it is what it is. And then we're gonna add, I love lemon, so I usually would use a whole lemon.
So,
but you can use just a half a lemon.
And we're just using the juice,
Yeah, we're just gonna use the juice, just the fresh lemon.
Shannon Kadlovski, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Because you're using flavors here that I'm not comfortable with. I mean,
Okay,
I don't
really?
usually,
Talk to
well, I
me
don't
about
usually
it.
think about lemon and balsamic together. Maybe that's just because I don't know much.
Well,
like a salad
we're gonna use the olive oil as well.
Okay.
So if that might sound a little
That sounds
more
a little
like
more
you.
normal to me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So the lemon just gives it that sort of like that punch of flavor.
'Cause
I don't know.
The
Yeah.
je ne sais
With
quoi.
every dressing, you need an
There's
acid,
something, yeah.
an oil, an acid and oil.
Exactly.
And oil, right?
And I'm a sugar person, so I'm adding honey to it as well. I like a little bit of sweetness in my dressings as well.
Perfect.
And we can just add like a pinch if you want to just
Salt?
just a pinch of sea salt we're using.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all there is to the
it.
dressing. So you don't have to buy like bottled dressings or
good.
just a fresh, natural,
Wicked cheap,
homemade
too, right?
dressing.
Yeah.
Wicked non-expensive.
Exactly. And so pretty
Wicked.
much.
Wicked.
Pretty much
Wicked.
for your quinoa salad, you want to use any vegetables that you like. Fresh vegetables, colorful vegetables, whatever makes you happy, you can throw into your quinoa salad.
Let's hit it.
So,
Let's
What do you
hit it.
got?
We need some color to this
So-
quinoa.
Yeah.
we're adding some parsley.
Okay.
So you can just toss in as much
I
parsley as you
will.
want. Parsley is really good for detoxifying our system, so it's a really good herb for us.
I always
especially.
thought it was just some garnish that really
You
didn't
know,
make a difference.
most people do. You kind of just
Yeah.
see it and it looks, you know.
Looks pretty, but-
Exactly.
What do you got
so
here?
it's actually good for us. This is kale, and I know Jacqueline loves kale.
Jacqueline
so
does love the kale.
Toss in as much kale as you want.
Kale addict.
Kale's a superfood, you know.
Kale is super
yeah.
high in antioxidants, super high in fiber for us, has so many great vitamins and minerals for
What's
us. so It's
this?
really, really amazing. Those are just some colorful peppers. Just
Whatever
gives it
color
some
you feel
color.
like.
Pepper
exactly.
medley?
Yeah. This is my favorite vegetable. Beets.
Beets.
I love beets. They're so good for us. They're so good for cleansing our liver. They're really sweet. They're really crunchy. I love that crunch that it gives. So I always put beets into my quinoa salad. Some grated carrots.
Easy.
Okay.
Yep.
And yummy.
And some tomatoes we're gonna use.
Okay, so let me ask you
Yeah.
something, Shannon. So if I were to eat this in my proper portion
put
size,
these in.
am
Yeah,
I
you can
good
just
for the
toss
whole
this in.
day? Like if I sort of,
Well, you probably wouldn't eat, and these are just some green
well, I
onions.
wouldn't eat the whole thing, but let's say
Onions.
my sit-down portion size.
You could definitely survive on this. Will keep you full for a
Add
long
them all,
time
Shannon.
because
We
of
love
the
onions.
quinoa. Because it's a whole grain, it helps to stabilize our blood sugar and keeps us feeling fuller for longer. So it
Yeah.
will keep you full for hours.
Look how beautiful this is.
And now we're just gonna add. I know, isn't it so pretty?
It's gorgeous.
I love it.
We'll add the dressing.
Yeah, we're gonna add a
It's
little
cute.
bit of the dressing to it.
Okay.
Okay.
And we
Mix
don't
it
want
up.
it so dry. Like we don't want it swimming, but we just want a flavor.
Enough to give it that flavor, and enough just to sort of coat it and give it a little bit
Okay.
of flavor. And then what I like to do is if I'm going to bring it to work, I just put some into a container and I add some tempeh to it. So it gives, the quinoa does have, is a good source of protein for us, but the tempeh I think has about 19 grams of protein per serving. So it's super high in protein for us.
And good to eat. For
And
people
good-
at
yeah.
home who are watching, who want to live the healthy lifestyle way like Shannon Kadlovski, how they do it?
ShannonKadlovski.com. All my information's on my website, resources, recipes, all that's on the website, so you can check that out.
Can I
Lovely.
take some for lunch?
100%, yeah. It's yours.
So good. We'll be right
Good.
back with more on the show.